Welcome back, folks. Live trade case study, taking a long from here. The market's coming to a FVG gap, and I'm going to be targeting the previous daily high. Okay. So market's bullish, and therefore any pullback should be an opportunity to long. We've kind of moved up on the open, chopped around a bit, and in my view, we've come into this FVG gap. We should continue higher. There are these equal lows here, so got to be careful about that. How far away are they? They're not too far, 30 pips or so. So I really don't want to see the market come back down here. Okay, it's 8 p.m, second hour of Asia. This here is current daily high. Okay. And we've taken this liquidity, right, into this FVG gap. And I want to see repricing higher to minimum previous daily high. Gonna go mute now. I'll be back when I need to add any more commentary. This really is a pretty straightforward trade. The market, you can see this is yesterday, right? 3 p.m, 2 p.m, all the way up. Market has left buy side, okay, come down into this FVG gap, and that's kind of where we've come into discount, right? So market's closed up here, and this morning we've just gone a bit lower, tapped into the FVG gap, and then started to reprice higher. Okay, and so that's bullish, right? This is coming to a 15-minute bullish ICT signature from yesterday's close, today's open, and started to reprice higher. And because we can see very clear equal highs here in a market that's bullish, right, and has been bullish all day yesterday. If I jump to an hourly chart, this is a bit choppy here, but this is bullish market. Even here on this hourly chart, we've come into a hourly FVG gap, right? So even the hourly here is bullish, okay, and we've obviously left buy side intact, okay. And if we look at the 4 hourly, this current 4 hourly candle, which started at 6 p.m, is coming inside of this down candle to the 4 hourly bullish order block. Okay, so right now, the only direction we can trade at this point in time is bullish. Okay, now does that mean it's guaranteed to work? No, not at all. At some point the market's going to turn around. This could be it. At some point a bullish signature is going to fail and become bearish. So we need to be cognizant of that. But you have to trade in alignment with what you see in the charts. Right now, I don't see any indication that we should be short in this market at this point in time. Sure, that can change it on an instance, right? If I just expand this chart for a moment, these are massive swings, right? This is a 300 pip swing in the New York session, right? Look at that, 200. That's not even the high. The highs from here to that low is 300 pips. So 300 pip drop and immediately went straight back up. Okay, this is the afternoon session, 1 p.m. down. That's 500 pips, and immediately went straight back up. So huge swings, very volatile market. Now this is pretty choppy, right? This is very choppy. I don't like that at all. So I want to get a very quick trade in and out, targeting where we can see this. There's a lot of liquidity resting above that. Okay, because that's the daily high, right? Everybody's short from there. Okay, and that's this move down here coming to this discount. This is discount. Okay, so it would have been really good to buy in the open at 6 p.m, but that's not really a time that I want to trade. I don't want to trade at 6 p.m. ICT kills only 7 p.m. for Asia. That's the start. So this move down into this FVG gap would have been ideal. Okay, because that is within where the ICT kill zone starts. What am I doing? Right. So that's the earliest that I would take the trade. And so if I came to the market at that time, then I'd be looking at, okay, what have we done? Okay, we've come into this, just everything I've shown you. Look at the hourly, look at the 4 hourly, look at the 15-minute, have a look at, okay, what's going on. Now, very sluggish movement, right, at 8 p.m. So we could get a movement back down here. I've got to watch this. We need to see momentum, okay? I really want to get my TP quickly. I don't want the market to muck around here. I need it to spool, take out liquidity, and then do what it needs to do. from there we might go down. Who knows? That's a daily high, right? In my video yesterday, I took a long down here after a daily low had been taken, right? There are large liquidity pools under daily lows and highs, okay? So I don't want to stay up here for too long, right? I want to be in and out fast because that's a daily high, right? So I'm going to go back on mute, and this here is the high of the current day, and we need to see how does the market react. I don't want to go up here and sweep and come back down, and we could still come back down because we've still got quite a long time. See, every hour you can typically find a trade. Right here, we found a trade at the open of the 8 p.m. Hour. Here, there's a trade at the open of the 7 p.m. hour, right? So there's still a good, if you look at the bottom right-hand side of my screen where the time is going, there's still a good 40 minutes before the end of this current hour, and that's good because 9 p.m. could come to attack the low of 8 p.m. or the low of 7 p.m. So that's why I like having plenty of time before the next hour, right? I'm willing to stay in this trade and let it do its thing up until the next hour. So I want this thing up here before the end of this current hour because every hour will, offer you a setup. And if at the start of the next hour, which is going to be 9 p.m., we're up high, then that's going to most likely offer us a shorting opportunity, right? So that's why I want to be up here and done with before the next hour starts. Okay, so that's kind of how I think and how I kind of plan my trade, right? But it takes practice, right? You got to have chart experience behind you, and what I have learned is you do need to have a decent account size to trade gold because it moves around a lot. Obviously, you can manage your risk with a reduced lot size, but the volatility often kills retail traders that have small account sizes if you're trading gold because it just moves too much. There's a lot of volatility in it, okay? And you've got to know, where to take the trade off and where to take the trade on. You've got to look for those ICT signatures at the right time because you want the market to move when you get in. You can see on my current position, I don't think I had any drawdown. I don't recall, but I got in. Maybe I did. I don't remember where I got in. It says this candle. There's the line there, so maybe I did have a bit of drawdown. So right now, we're only in about 60 pips profit. Okay. And I'm going to go mute now, let this thing pan out, and then I will come back and unmute if I need to add any more commentary. Okay. If I take a look at the 4-hourly time frame, just trying to find things to do while this is working out. This is our current TP, right? This is the previous daily high, pretty clear, drawing liquidity. I actually like this, right? But if we get here, then we're going to take out that, and that's all-time highs. So I think I'm content with just taking this. That's easy. And then just wait. I don't need to get this, and I don't need to get that. But I think because we're up here, there's a good chance we go here. But then if we go there, then why not go there? So if you're going to target that, then you're going to target all-time highs, and that might be stretching it a bit. Although very strong bullish momentum, but this is the previous daily low, right? And so there's going to be people short, and then we could turn around from there. So that's why that's the easy exit. I'm content with that, okay? Because I do want to be in and out of this market quickly. It's just been, very bullish, and there is a risk that previous daily high is where this could simply just turn around from. Okay, but that upper target does look interesting, right? So have we taken out this liquidity pool? Yes, we have. So we've taken out this current daily high, right? And that's enough, right? From here to there, so what is it, 60? It's more than 50 pips. You only need, I think I got in here, that's the line there, right? So that's 55 pips. If you can do that every day, that's all you need. You don't need big movements to consistently generate profits, right? So we'll keep this on because our target's higher, right, to previous daily high. So you can see people are short, and this movement up has triggered those stops. That's where these spikes come from. The algorithm spikes up so that anyone that's trying to exit, they'll have to pay a high price, right? So this is good. I'm happy with this, obviously, because the money's increasing, right? Now remember, this is our demo platform, right, that I use for my training videos. But I do this exact same trade in my own account. Okay, so this, everything I'm doing here, I've done in my own account, right? So even though I'm showing it to you here on a demo platform, I'll keep it real. Any adjustments I make, I'll do them on my own account as well. Okay, so that you're seeing exactly how I trade in real time, right? So we've taken out the current daily high, our target's previous daily high. I'm going to go back on mute and let's see how this pans out. Okay, this is where you should really take set stops to break even, right? Because now you've taken out a key swing high. Okay, but we'll keep this on because that's what I'm going to do in my own account. I don't want to take this off. I don't want to do any adjustments at this point in time. That's just how I trade. That's my personality. Okay, so I'm going to go on mute now, and then I'll come back if I need to add any more commentary. Now, I make this look easy, but, you know, if you look at this chart, it's pretty messy. You know, if you don't have experience, you don't understand how to read price, you don't understand the key times to look for opportunities, and you can't, you know, determine directional bias, you're not going to be able to do this. It's not easy, okay? It takes experience, and that's where students have an advantage because I guide them, right? I've already told them to look for this trade, okay? And that's what you need. You need a mentor because this is messy, right? You know, the market's choppy. And, you know, this was moving down, right, when I entered this position. And people were probably short from here or here, right, looking for these equal lows or looking for this low, okay? So you got another bias. Now there's probably people short this because we've taken out the current daily high, okay? So, you know, it's not easy. I'll make it look easy. It's easy for me because I've been doing it for so long. There might have been people short on the open, right? Targeting the lows down here. I mean, that's the open, down here, right? So it's not easy. You got to have someone that is guiding you along the way. So I've already given my students what to look for, you know, what I'm looking for, what they should be looking for, what they should be targeting. They all know they should be targeting this previous daily high, okay? And they know what to look for, okay? And that's what the VOP community is all about. It's about learning how to identify these setups, okay, and then having me sitting there, providing them guidance on, okay, what's going to be the draw on liquidity, what you should be looking for, what should be your target, and, you know, what sort of setup you should be looking for, okay? So think about that because it's life-changing. You know, I've got students now that are making $10,000 days, $8,000 days, students in there who now have their funded accounts, right? You know, I'm showing you these live trades every single day. I'm showing you these because I want you to realize that I'm the real deal. Right? So I want to remove all the barriers of doubt because in this industry, there's a lot of fraud, a lot of scams, you know. So the only reason I'm doing these live trades here for you is so that you can see, you know, this week I've done a screen recording every single day. I trade every day, right? Just because I don't post my results every day or don't do a video every day doesn't mean I'm not trading. My members know I trade every day. I'm with them every day, all day. But the reason I do these live screen recordings while I'm trading is to remove the barrier that's in your mind that this is not real or this is a scam or this can't be done or there's no algorithm or it's too hard. You know, that's the reason I do this. And I've done it every day for you to show you that I do it every day. And you want to learn from someone who does it every day, who's proven it to you, right? Now, I know that the fee that I charge is not cheap and it shouldn't be cheap. You don't want to learn from, you know, a cheap course or you know, you don't want low quality, right? You want the premium. You want the Rolls Royce, okay? Because you want to learn from the best, right? And, you know, I say that while being humble. Okay, because I'm blessed to have this knowledge and to have this lifestyle to be able to do this. Okay, so, you know, I encourage you to think about joining the VOP community, right? You know, I want to keep that community small. It's also priced at that level because I don't want, you know, hundreds of members. That's not what this is about. I want a select few group of people who are focused, who want to learn this, and who have the right mindset, right? They're not looking for quick schemes. Okay, they want to really learn how to do this the right way and apply themselves. And that's my current community. They want to learn. They are applying themselves, and that's evident by the results that they're achieving. You know, $10,000 days, $8,000 days, getting their challenges passed, you know, funded accounts, you know, life-changing. That's the kind of group that I want to work with. And I'm proud to be the mentor of my students because they are all achieving amazing results. And I'm blessed to be in a position to help them, right? In this community, we're generating hundreds of pips every single day. You know, I had students yesterday, including myself, who generated 600 pips, right? And not just yesterday, previous days, 1,000 pips. I've shown it to you on video. 1,000 pips. Now, they're obviously, you know, results that you don't get every single day, but very consistently, we are able to pull out 100, 150, 200 pips every single day. Okay, what's this movement here? Let's see. That's 150 pips, right? I showed you a trade that I done yesterday live as well, another couple hundred pips as well. Okay, so I really encourage you to think about joining the VIP community, right? Right now, the price to join for new members is $4.97. It's a monthly subscription, and I'm going to be increasing it to $8.97, right? And it's priced at a premium price because it's a premium offering, right? It's an educational program that is it's unbeatable, right? There's nobody out there who is showing you this kind of stuff live every day, recording the screen, getting these kind of results, and not just me as the mentor getting the results, but the students also achieving those kinds of results. Okay, so think about that. Okay, the description to join the VIP community is in my description of the video. Okay, I will be raising that price to $8.97 per month for new members only. Right, the price only increases for new members. Right now, the price is $4.97 per month. Okay, it's priced because I value my time and I offer the very best in what I do, and I want all of my students to be successful. Okay, and it's also priced at that price point because I want the right kind of student. Okay, who's committed and wants to learn and wants to apply himself. Okay, there's people out there charging thousands and thousands of dollars for courses that it's a waste of time. You want to learn from a mentor who's doing it every day, guiding you every day, and showing it to you, right? What to look for every single day, right? So we've hit TP. I'm not sure why this hasn't closed out the position here. It should pop up still. So I'm going to go mute now. Let this record while this closes out, right? As I said, I invite you to join the VIP community. Okay, the link to join is in the description of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll let this close out, and I will then talk with you in a future video. I don't think I'll do any more live trades. I've done a few this week, and that's probably enough, right? But I'll talk with you in a future video. I hope you've enjoyed the video.